Hi, welcome to this screencast on Ruby Basics. In this screencast, I'll walk you through some of the basic things in Ruby. I was reading through the Rails source code and I found things which was having difficulty understanding what they were. So I'll explain them and then I'll show you the Rails source code where it's being used. So whatever you learn, you see how it's actually being used in a framework. Okay, let's get started. First thing is I want to print this constant underscore file. It basically is the full file name of the file in which the current code is being executed. Right now I have this t.rb on the desktop and in this particular path, so it printed the value of that. So what if I do a print of, let's say, on the second line that prints 2, since that particular statement is in line 2, it prints the value 2. And let's do something simple. If file underscore equals. Before we do this even, I want to show you something. Print $0. What is this $0? It's a global variable and the name of the current program is available in this global variable $0. In this case, the name of the file is t.rb. It shows the entire path along with the file name. That's what this $0 is. So now we know that $0, we can write conditional statement like this equals $0 print directly invoked, else print invoked by another script. So it says directly invoked. This conditional basically, if that file is the same as the $0 variable, the name of the current program is the same as this file, then it means it's directly invoked. In this case, when I run from the TextMate, it says it's directly invoked. Let's run the same thing from the IRB session. So I'm going to create a new file with the same content that's going to be on the current directory where the shell is actually executing. Now I can say load t.rb file. See, when it loads the file, it executes the content in it. And when this thing gets executed, it's actually falls through this condition, since this condition does not evaluate to true. So based on this trick, Rails actually has some uh, references to these kind of things in its source code. I'll show you later towards the end of the screencast. Now I just want to show you a few more things. Yes, you can also do a similarly $0 $file. If you execute this, it says global variable $0 contains this value, and the file file underscore contains this value. Let me run the same thing from the IRB. If I can do this from the IRB, before I do that, I want to be I want to change the values. So let's do mate. I'm going to copy over these two lines of code into it, just to show you those two values are not the same and how Ruby actually finds out. So let's go to IRB and say load the file. There it is. So the first $0 contains this value, and the second underscore file, it just says in the current directory. This is the root directory. I am in the root of the system, so it says in the current directory there is a file called t.rb. They are not the same. That's why it says it's invoked by another script. It's a way to detect if another script is invoking or it's being directly invoked. So having that basics under our belt, we can actually look for the source code in Rails and search for those terms. If you just do Shift Apple F and search for this underscore $file in the Rails, you may encounter there are three references. One is in the action pack readme file, which looks something like this, and there's another reference in tmail quoting.rb. There is a section of the code where it looks like this, and this, if it's directly invoked, it's doing a require test unit and it's doing all this testing related code goes in that section. And also there is another place where there is similar thing being used, and it's in the generate tables.rb, and if you see, it has based on this condition, it's doing some stuff to it. So this is a useful thing to know. And one strange thing is I found this section of the code actually outside of the module's end statement. So that was really surprising. And that's it for this screencast, and if you enjoyed it, please recommend me on working with Rails. Thank you.